TV.
Say no more, go get the bag, go get the cake, go get the cheese, and say no more. Say no more, say no more. Say no more. Get into this conversation.
Lastly, with the Grammys, did y'all see what Wayne had to say?
Carol G. Oh,
Just pull it.
See what Wayne had to say about it?
I got it.
I forgot about Carol G and that whole girls that look at the Grammys. Like,
Oh, yeah, we did.
yeah,
She can't. Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah.
Wayne. He said, congrats to all the nominees and winners. Wasn't included, as usual. I got to work harder, as usual. One time for my slime, Bill Belly. To my Belichick.
Always.
Bill Belichick, who they are not letting in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Whew. At all.
Which I
Now.
I
for
understand.
the first ballot.
I understand.
First ballot.
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of pausing a little bit because I don't want to copyright. So look, the thing is, Belichick, I really don't want to get into, I don't even watch the NFL that much anymore, so I really don't want to get into that. But, well, I mean, a lot of people, the reporters probably felt a certain way about how he treated them. Is it right? No. Should it be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Even if you take his coaching with the Patriots out of the equation, he was a great coordinator as well. Got 2 chips doing that. But stuff like this happens. Barry Bonds. I stopped watching baseball because of the way he was treated. I don't like the way T.O. was treated. He should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. So unfortunately, these types of things happen in the sports world.
You can't make sense of that.
I'm not saying I would vote that way, but if they're saying, look, we got to give you a little tap because we believe you cheated, and so we're not going to vote for you the first round.
But no one has said that. That's just what we're guessing.
Yeah.
And that's if that's the reason, I'm saying I understand.
Then you get it?
I think you should say it on business to say that, though.
Yeah, I still don't get it. I still don't get it. Yo,
Yeah, there was some little fishy stuff going on with the cheating. Yeah, that's true.
dog, how many rings they got? 7?
8.
Bill has 8.
8.
He has 8.
2 as a DC.
I cheated.
6 is a
I cheated
coach.
all of them. Like,
How many you got to cheat to get punished, though?
But
prove I cheated.
Stand on business. Say it. Otherwise, you look
I
like
agree.
a coward.
I agree.
Quite frankly.
I'm just saying I understand the logic of it. Like, again,
I think he's a dick.
You know
They
why
trying
you
to
can't?
punish
You
him
know
for
why
saying
you can't defend that logic? You don't think they're going to do that to Tom, do you?
that's an interesting question.
No.
And that was
Is the answer.
You
No.
the answer is no.
Would you hold?
Well, it's interesting. You've already done it to the coach and you did it to the owner. So we'll see what happens to Tom when he's eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Tom, and this is a football question for you because I don't know the answer. Would Tom be held as accountable for a cheating
They
scandal?
were
as
deflating
coach?
balls for him.
They
Because
said
he liked
that-
the balls
They
deflated
said
to
that
a
he
certain
was the
level.
one that was
So he doesn't have plausible deniability. He can't be like, they did this shit, I had nothing to do with it.
He could, maybe,
he
but
could,
I'm just
then
saying that
Bill
might be the reason why they might justify
But
it.
if he could, then Bill could.
No, wasn't
That's
that
fair.
part of the ball boy scandal where it was Tom's personal
It was Tom's
ball
people.
boy?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm asking because I don't know. Okay, then they should do it at the time too.
Tom is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
For sure.
And
They will
they
burn that
won't
hall
play
down.
like
Here
that.
he becomes available. He's going to be the first name. Fuck first ballot.
That-
Yo,
unanimous.
Tom, we got Tom and who else?
we got you're
And it's for that reason that the rest of that it just
bullshit.
Then you're right. If they're going to hold a double standard,
He's
it's
a
gonna work.
dick. Bill Belichick is a dick, and I think they trying to punish him like, you've been a dick to us, and this is our chance to get back.
yeah, because the voters are.
Well, I think what hurt Belichick a little bit too is rushing Brady out the door too fast for Brady to go down to Tampa Bay and win, and he's not helping his case. Well, and then they had some trashy seasons. His last couple seasons were not good at all, and what he's doing in college right now is beyond embarrassing. So a few things like that is definitely hurting Bill the way he looks right now.
Press primarily, and he was not a press darling by any stretch of the imagination.
I mean,
but Robert Kraft?
A press darling, though, compared to Bill.
Joe, he's got personality. He's one of the only owners that really you see visibly out
He be
doing
outside.
shit.
He be out with
He
Mickey
be
Mouse.
outside, nigga, getting his dick. Anyway, yo,
the reporters I spoke
he got caught in the rubbing tug with, you know what I mean, down at the Super Bowl. His
turnover
peoples.
priest. Yeah.
Robert Kraft should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He should.
I agree with you
Belichick,
parts
too.
though, standing on business part, because I've talked to a couple reporters who have said they weren't voters, but they said that the voters they spoke to. So this is secondhand.
That's what I've heard too.
Yeah, but they've said very clearly that that's the reason.
Yeah, so say it. Stay on business.
I respect that. Yeah,
We were
that's what they
talking-
did with Pete Rose.
We were talking about something before I derailed us.
Wayne. Wayne.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account.
Do y'all agree that he was left out?
What Wayne was supposed to be on?
Stop it.
Carter 6.
What Wayne was supposed to be on? Respectfully, I love Lil Wayne.
I'm
And I
with
think
you.
he's been
Yeah, look, let's cut to the chase. The Carter 6 was not Wayne's best outing by any means. It should have been nominated at all. And I respect that if he feels he needs to work harder. But Wayne is one of the all-time greats. Like, nobody can take that from him. Me personally, where I hold Wayne, I say Wayne is probably, he's definitely top 15, maybe somewhere between 10 and 15. I would put him there, somewhere between 10 and 15.
absolutely killing it in
He said
features.
that album should have been nominated.
He wasn't included in the Grammy.
Chance has a fight.
But he did say, I need to work harder.
Make a
I
better
need to
album.
work harder.
Politically correct.
As usual.
I
Because
respect
he
it.
said this is a normal thing. He's been nominated over 20-something times. He has 5 Grammys. So he's saying
He's
I'm constantly-
underappreciated by the Grammys. I will absolutely admit that. I don't think this
It
was the
wasn't this
year
year.
for that, though. Yeah,
This was
wasn't
not
this
one
year.
of them times.
respectfully.
all.
Respectfully.
I mean, I forgot that album came out, and that's probably for the best.
How many Grammys does Wayne have?
5.
Which is not
Oh,
bad, by the way.
Take a bow. Then
Five is a lot of fucking Grammys.
take
How many
your-
motherfuckers got
Take
none?
your 5, grab your glass cleaner, your Windex, whatever you clean it with. Wax
Go dust
it.
them off.
Yeah, go. You got it. You got 5 of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You got 5. What you?
And look, this is the reason I made this video, because there are some people who don't have any, which is ridiculous. And it pisses me off that these people that I'm thinking of don't have as many. One guy I'm going to name only has 1, which he should have way more. And there's another guy who doesn't have any, So I'm not saying Wayne is crying, but there are sometimes when people are crying, it's like, dude, you got, for example, sometimes if Kanye kind of feels a certain way, dude, you have more Grammys than Michael Jackson and Prince combined, which is ridiculous. Because Prince and Michael definitely should have had way more. Prince only has 7. I think Michael has 13. It's crazy, But the reason I made this video, because there's one guy in particular who has 0, and it absolutely drives me crazy. But let's keep going.
I don't know how anybody can hear that album.
No need to be gluttonous.
Right.
Right.
You did it.
No need to be gluttonous.
I'm not gonna hold you, yo. I think it's something there, yo. Even when the Kendrick announcement, you had to say something. Kendrick wins. It wasn't until that, like, I think it's something. I could be reaching, but I think this is a Kendrick thing. I think it's just keep seeing Kendrick win. Every time Kendrick pop up with something, here come Wayne.
Okay.
I don't know. It could be something else there.
I'm not entirely mad at that take.
I be trying to see
Makes
it
sense.
through. I can't because it's another level that they just were on musically. But I be trying to see it through the eyes of someone who was the best rapper in the world universally. And then now you have to look at somebody else kind of be that and how you'll behave as you watch that.
But not just
And
that.
it would have to be tough.
Look, not just that.
I try to have some grace.
While
That's the
I
word I was
was
about to
while
use.
I was the best rapper, I didn't get none of what you getting like this.
That's not fair.
But I'm just saying, look from those eyes though. While I was number 1 in the world,
No, but that's no musician in Grammy history, sans Stevie Wonder, has gotten what Kendrick
bro,
has gotten.
I'm not just talking about the Grammys. I'm talking about like Super Bowl. I'm talking about there's things.
Yeah, I think Kendrick has even exceeded Jay-Z as far as Grammy totals right now. I'm a fact check that while I let this video play, but yeah, Kendrick is on a hell of a run. And but yeah, I mean, that was a time that Wayne especially was killing it with the mixtapes, but obviously a lot of that stuff doesn't get counted for. 50 was on a hell of a mixtape run. Jeezy had a great mixtape run. But a lot of that work, of course, wasn't acknowledged by the Grammys. If I'm not mistaken, who was it? Was it Chance the rapper who probably was one of the few guys to win a Grammy as far as mixtape goes?
But for Wayne, I ran hip hop. I had hip hop on my back for years.
Still unfair.
And
It is.
It's apples and oranges.
let me just get to my point. What I'm trying to say. I'm looking at it from Wayne's point of view, where I was the man. I'm no longer the man, and now I'm watching the man, and y'all are holding him up in a way that I've never been held up. It could be some type of. It could be something there.
I think we've always held up Wayne as one of the GOATs, as anybody within the culture or commentary on hip hop. If you don't, I don't really take you seriously.
But I think
that being said, most of his major run was mixtape shit, and unfortunately, that does not allow you to be qualified in these categories. At least at that time, specifically. Now with the Chance record 10 years ago, it's changed a little bit. But
I'm not even talking about mixtape shit. I'm talking about Carter 2, Carter 3 Wayne. I'm talking about what I was still fish grease on the
Wayne wasn't at the
commercial
heights
records.
of what Kendrick is right now.
No, Carter 3 Wayne was something.
No, I'm talking about talent wise.
No,
I'm talking
no.
about in terms of attention, mainstream attention.
But to Parks' point, when you start putting Wayne as the best rapper in the world, the Grammy board might not be listening to mixtapes that solidified that position.
I agree.
Not just that, when you start talking about Kendrick Lamar as a representation of hip hop and as a representation of Black America, he and Lil Wayne are on opposite sides of that spectrum, bro. To anybody with eyes,
he also won Best Rap Album for Carter 3.
Carter
So,
3,
like,
Best Rap
Carter 3 was it.
it was represented.
Carter 3 was it.
He was represented.
And rap
really,
solo performance for $1 million, best rap song for $1 million.
Okay, so Kendrick has 27 wins out of 66 nominations. Jay-Z has, was it 25, I think? Yeah, okay. He has 25 out of 89 nominations. And I think Kanye has 24. Yeah, he has 24. Prince, 7 wins out of 38 nominations. Michael Jackson, 13 wins out of 38 nominations. And you got sometimes people complaining about like they should win every year. And arguably, in my opinion, the greatest artist of all time only has 7. That's crazy.
He was represented when he was supposed to be represented
So he
at
was
the highest
represented
level.
at the height of his career.
Yeah.
But to Ice's point, most artists still feel slighted. They still don't feel like they got enough.
Yeah, that's all.
Whether it's fair or not, because I agree with y'all. I think it's apples and oranges on the mixtape versus the mainstream.
Does how an artist age matter to y'all?
How an artist presents themselves, bro. No, I don't want to be disrespectful, but a lot of people, when they think of Lil Wayne, they start thinking about his issues, the troubles, all of that stuff. People be scared to put him on the stage sometimes because you never know which Wayne is going to show up on the stage. I'm not being disrespectful to the man at all. We love Lil Wayne, but dog, the Grammy board got something to think about.
That was the conversation around the Super Bowl. That was the conversation.
Wayne, go do a comedy album, man.
Real quick, I just read it. It says Drake only got 5 Grammys. It's kind of surprising to me.
Drake don't fuck with them, right?
It's interesting. Young Money in general just don't
I'm saying like 5
Or the
for Drake
Grammys
is-
don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't.
And Nicki has 0.
Nicki is, that's what I'm saying.
It
To me,
could
if
be
anybody got a
something.
gripe, it's Nicki. I mean, Nicki deserves
Nicki and Drake.
Yeah.
Nicki not having Grammys is crazy. She deserves it.
How many Ye got?
20
Oh,
something.
he's on the all
24.
He's in
I
the
think.
all-time
He's on
list.
the
Drake,
all-time list.
if that's the case, then Drake and Nicki have fights for sure.
Well, Kanye also has producer credit. I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got.
I'm just saying, Drake and Nicki have a fight for sure.
Yeah.
If Drake only has 5 and Nicki has 0 over the last 15 years, they have a
Fact
fight.
check Drake only having 5
I
Grammys.
just Googled it.
That's what Flip just said.
I think that's accurate.
Flip said it is true.
I thought when he was,
No, I'm agreeing with
I
you.
thought when he
Drake
was
has
showing
won
his
5
fucking-
Grammy Awards from 55 nominations throughout his career.
See, that's a problem.
That's sick.
That's a
That
problem.
is sick.
But I mean, honestly, I think that's part of what made the Grammys
Interesting.
course correct.
I'm telling you, the guy I'm about to pull up, because we're going to go through this for a few minutes when this is over with, but there's one name, it drives me crazy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
They got a lot wrong.
That's a good point.
That regime got a lot wrong for a lot
that's a
of
good point.
years.
That's a great point.
So, yeah, this is part of the
55
mistake.
nominations and I only won 5 awards.
And he had a lot of joy.
Yeah,
If I was
that's
homeboy from the Grammys, I would just go drop 10 off at Drake door just on the strength. Like, yo, forgot about
We're
it.
gonna make up these. We're gonna make these up. We're gonna make these up.
Y'all think you ever see Drake at the Grammys again? Ever?
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably something.
Now you will.
Yeah, now.
No Joe Budden.
All right, guys. So I wanted to, that is what kind of inspired me to do this video tonight. let's pull up this Grammy thing. Because that's the reason I got on here, you know, the one guy, man, who don't have any. And it's the craziest thing in the world, man. Absolutely crazy. I can't believe it, you know. Are you kidding me? Ho, 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 ho. This album wasn't even nominated for a Grammy? That's crazy. All right, so let me pull this up. That's crazy as hell. All right, this is what inspired me to make this video tonight. Let me make me smaller. Snoop has 0. This guy hand was in the Chronic. He wrote, performed on most of the Chronic, Dre's first album. Nothing for. I mean, I'm even thinking now how get like some of that stuff off 2001. He didn't get anything for. Like Next Episode didn't win one. He has 0. Doggy Style? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. You know, 16 nominations, no wins, none. I don't understand that. I do not understand how all this massive body of work. Probably 21 albums, I think Snoop has put out. That's crazy, you know. And Blue Carpet should have won something. There's a lot of joints on Rhythm and Gangster. You start thinking about Drop It Like It's Hot. What was the joint that Pharrell produced? You know you want some more, girl, so get down. Let's Get Blown. I mean, like, I can go on and on, you know. Really? Snoop has 0. Now, let me show you this right here. Another guy. I'm not, you know. This got to improve. They just got to make it better, man. They got to do better. Now, check this out. 50 Cent has 1. Okay? And the one he got had nothing to do with Get Rich or Die Trying. If I'm not mistaken, and y'all can fact check me on this, yeah, I'm right. It was the Eminem song, Crack a Bottle, which was off of, what was that, Relapse. That's the only Grammy that 50 Cent even has. That's crazy. All the body of work that 50 Cent has done, he has 1 Grammy only because of Eminem. Let's pull up Nas, who is Nas and Eminem are my 2 favorite rappers, but let's pull up Nas. What's going on with this? Okay, let's pull up Nas. What's going on with this? Okay, Nas nominated 17 times. This dude only has 1 win, and that was for Keen's disease, the first Keen's disease. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. The legendary career of Nas, and this dude has 1 Grammy. Like, who is voting? Like, what's the criteria? Like, I don't understand. How could Snoop have 0, Nas have 1, and 50 only got 1 because of an Eminem song? I don't understand. I really do not understand. Now, again, you know, when you have certain guys like, you know, and some of the ones that Jay-Z got, it's not even like, I think maybe because like he wrote something for Beyonce or something along those lines. But these guys got 20-something. I'm not hating on nobody. Like, you got what you got, cool. But it's like, damn, like y'all, these dudes got, some of these people got more Grammys than Stevie Wonder. How many does Stevie got? Stevie Wonder. Okay, Stevie has 25. Okay, so Jay-Z is tied with Stevie Wonder. Kendrick Lamar has more than Stevie Wonder. But Prince only has 7, and Prince put out 38 albums while he was living. Well, maybe 36. I have to go back and remember. I know the Hit and Run. I'm not sure had he passed or was he still living. But anyway, it was definitely over 35 albums while he was living. 7 wins. I don't know. I'm confused. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But salute to Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is an all-time great. I have a lot of respect for Lil Wayne, but for, Snoop to have 0 Grammy wins,
Let me ask you something. Are you out of your fucking mind?
that's crazy to me. That's crazy work, man. That's crazy work. It's crazy work, man. It's crazy work. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But I mean, like I say, I can think of, I don't have this narrative because I love Snoop. But some people, even if some people say, okay, his stuff was better with Dre versus the stuff he did by himself, but still, like, he still put out a lot of great albums without Dre. And, Blue Carpet Treatment and Rhythm and Gangster are 2 of his best albums. I thought Bush with Pharrell was a great album. I mean, Snoop has a good discography, man. And let me make one more point before we get out of here. A lot of people talk about verses and, verses is back now and who wants to see who in the verses. Your catalog can be one thing, but how are you on stage? Are you a good performer? That matters. So it's not just about, because, nobody wants to just hear somebody rapping over a track. I understand maybe if you're independent, you may not have the resources to maybe have all the equipment to do whatever you want to do. But this is your full-time profession and you are one of the all-time greats. There's no reason that your stage show shouldn't be up to par. So it's one thing to say who will watch who in the verses, but it's not always about how big the hits are. Because Nelly, you can argue and say, okay, Nelly's got more hits than Ludacris, but Ludacris pretty much watched Nelly in that verses. Skill matters. And, so that's just my take on it. That's my opinion on it. Salute to Lil Wayne. But I do commend him for that. He wants to, do a better job and make better music. And I think that's the goal for everybody. And I wouldn't say that the Carter 6 was, it wasn't a good album. It just wasn't cohesive enough. The rapping wasn't the problem. Like, Wayne can rap. I think the thing that probably hurt the album was some of the production and some of the choices he made there. And I think another thing that Wayne should focus on as long as he's been around, I think Wayne needs to make something that's a little bit more transparent and a little bit more age appropriate as well. He's my age. I think Wayne is like 43. So maybe it's time to kind of, change it up a little bit and talk about some different things. But I think it was something with the production that just kind of hurt the album, and the album wasn't as cohesive enough as it should have been. But Wayne is still rapping his ass off though, so it had nothing to do with rapping ability. But let's see what Wayne drops in 2026. I don't really have any commentary on should Drake have more. Should Nicki have more? I don't really have any commentary on that. But I definitely wanted to talk about Snoop because I think Snoop having 0 is crazy as hell. All right, guys, before we get out of here, please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, X, formerly known as Twitter, and TikTok, all at I'm in the Hills. I am INTHAHILLZ. You can donate if you're watching on YouTube. You can send something via Super Chat. You can also donate Venmo or Cash App to I'm in the Hills. I am INTHAHILLZ. And you can donate via PayPal, DoubleETV101. That's with 2 E's. DoubleETV is my production company. Check out the website, www.doubleetv.com. And also check out my music website, www.inthehills.net. All right. I would love to connect with you on all social media platforms. All right. I want to encourage you guys to please check out the community section. Let your voices and opinions be heard. So go to that community section and vote. We'd love to hear from you. We got a latest new poll up, so vote today. There's a link pinned to our merch. You can order some merch and support the page. You want to donate, you can send a super chat or Cash App and Venmo to I'm in the Hills with a Z, and PayPal is WTV101. We have a weekly top 10 countdown. I haven't done one in a couple weeks, but we're going to be coming back this Friday. So please check out the weekly top 10 countdown. And if you are a Prince fan, go to Facebook, type in Purple Nation, join over 25,000 people where we celebrate the life and legacy of Prince. Lastly, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well. We would love to have you be a part of this community here at Terrance Hill TV. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Do you feel that Snoop should have more Grammys than 0? Do you feel like Nas? I mean, if you don't think Nas should have more than 1, you're smoking crack cocaine. But Nas should definitely have more than 1. I don't like that, man. I want to encourage you guys to please check out my new song. You can look it's on this page. You can also go to Terrance Hill Music, but I have a new song out called Joe Jackson. It's a lyric video. Check that out. I got a new song that should be dropping sometime this week coming up. So be on the lookout for my new song. And I have a new project. It's probably going to drop early March. So be on the lookout for that. I'll make the announcement of the name of the project sometime in this upcoming week. I'm going to drop 4 projects this year, 4 projects. And the first one is going to be dropping in March. And very excited. I've been sitting on music for a while. I've been recording for the last 2 years, and I'm ready to put all this music out and let people hear my voice. So check that out. Can't wait for you guys to listen. Let me know. Come on, guys. Let's have a dialogue. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about the Grammys. I mean, I get it. Some people, on one hand, some people say they don't care about it, but then I think people just say that, but they actually do care about it. But there's no excuse that Snoop Dogg should not have, he doesn't have any Grammys. That's crazy work, man. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Please, again, before we get out of here, please donate to the channel. We need your support. But I did want to play some of that commentary from the Joe Budden podcast I was looking at on yesterday pertaining to Lil Wayne's comments, and just make me think about other great artists that have been kind of snubbed at the Grammys as well. All right, really appreciate you guys for rocking with us. I see you guys sometime tomorrow. We'll definitely come back tomorrow with some more dialogue. All right, that's that.
And why mess up a good thing? And that's that.
I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I got a baby face, call it...